A small presentation. We have hydropower potential of 1,45,000 megawatt, around 1,50,000 megawatt in the country. And the basin-wise, Brahmaputra has got the maximum potential. That is northeast or Arunachal, we can say, we have got the maximum potential available. And if we see the region-wise, Brahmaputra or northeastern area has developed only 2% of its potential, against a very large potential developed in western, southern sectors. Eastern and northern sector is again only 30% development. We have so far developed only 40,000 megawatt hydro potential. That is only 27 or 28% of the entire potential. And if we take thermal hydro ratio, it is continuously going down. It has now come down to 18%, whereas ideal thermal hydrothermal ratio should be 46 to have a base load and peaking load balance. This is the graph. If you can see the widening gap right from the start of the first plan and then subsequent plans, the gap is widening continuously. I'll take few challenges. There are many advantages, but equally good challenges are there for hydropower development. We are discussing in every forum these challenges, the advantages. I may not take all the challenges, all the advantages, because already Mr. Harry has explained in detail everything, but still I would like to take some of the challenges.
सर वो आप ही थे जो चीफ को मिले? हाँ?
Forest clearance is a very long and tedious process, and we have to spend a lot of money as a developer. What happens is sometimes when we go to MOEF, the clearance is not granted on the condition that number of trees you will cut are much more than their any norm. What is the norm? We don't know. But the project is rejected. Why the project is rejected? See, if you have to reject a project, you should reject right in the beginning. Why? When you have done a lot of expenditure and when you go for clearance, that's the time you are rejecting a project. TOR conditions, when you go to MOEF, terms of reference are formed, and later on these are also changed. Sometimes on account of environment release, some guidelines have been changed, and again you go and do your process back. You know, whatever work you have done, you redo everything. There are projects which have been stopped in Uttarakhand as well as in Arunachal, that is Subansiri is the example, live example. The confidence of investors is going down continuously. Then in Arunachal especially, there is lack of infrastructure. Roads are not there. Rails are not up to that standard. The already taken up the matter with ministry. And evacuation of power is also a very serious issue. You make a project today and there are no transmission lines. Then over and above there is study which is of carrying capacity, cumulative study of a river basin, which is given later on. You know, first you give a DPR, then they say, okay, this study you have not done. So go back and do this study, then only we will clear this project. Then there is a double payment in Arunachal, especially in Arunachal Pradesh. As Harry has already told, the owner says, this is my land, the forest department says, this is my land. And we end up paying both the parties, owners as well as forest. So it is a double payment on the same piece of land, and the prices have been fixed recently by the latest Land Acquisition Act, 4 times the price of the market value. And nobody knows what is the market value in those places where no land is being sold anywhere in the past 30 to 40 years.
Madhan Sahab, question. These payments are officially made?
Yes. Yes, officially made. Okay. Unofficially, I am not discussing.
My point was, please note, he as a developer has already bid for the project, right?
Yeah.
Everything is done, kharcha pani dal diya. Now all of a sudden these uncertainties have started coming, not just delays but the costs, official and unofficial.
So sometimes it happened in one of our project in Himachal Pradesh. The project is in wildlife sanctuary, and the project has been given to the developer. He has paid the upfront money. And when you go for preparation of DPR or forest clearance, they say it is in wildlife sanctuary, we cannot clear it. Why? It should have been told beforehand, when the state government was in the knowledge of these things. Land acquisition, of course, is a major subject. The latest 3 points I am putting up: consent of 80% of landowners is required, whereas 80% of the landowners may not be available in that area, because half of them, they go out in search of job, they may not be in the country even. Compensation up to 4 times of the market value. There is no market value. Nobody knows what is the market value. So the rates decided are very, very high rates. In one of the projects which we are going to make, the landowners who have not seen even a lakh of rupee will get 12 crores of rupees for the piece of land. Then there is SIA, social impact analysis or assessment. Even for a small piece of land, you have to do SIA. And the departments, they don't have a SIA unit. They don't know what to do with this, how to do this analysis. The way forward, of course, in the favor of hydropower, we are demanding 2-part tariff for hydropower, one for the base load, one for the peaking. And hydro purchase obligation, as already told by Mr. Harry, it will encourage hydropower development. I suggest that before DPR is taken up, PFR is there, and on the basis of that, forest should give a in principle clearance whether this project will be cleared or not, on the basis of calculating the density of the forest of some formula, which they should make a formula that, okay, this is the density of forest and we will clear or we will not clear, so that the developer doesn't make unnecessary expenditure on that. And this can be done very well without any problem, because even otherwise, forest department doesn't count any number of trees in the area, they take a sample study only. Stalled projects must be started with the political consensus, because as told by Honorable Power Minister of Assam yesterday, that this is democracy. So democracy doesn't mean that a technical person will go to public, will explain. It has to be done by political intervention only, because public understands their language better than they understand our language. So they have to come up, they have to come forward and resolve these issues. We also say that, okay, there is no problem in doing EIA and following it very strictly. The committee should follow it very strictly for hydropower projects. Social impact assessment should also be done in a true manner, and we are all for it, not against it. And there should be central subsidy for development of rails, roads, ports, transmission line in that area, so that unnecessary burden on single project is not given in this. Then the removal of misunderstanding of hydropower project that it contributed to Uttarakhand disaster. We are fighting for it, but still there are organizations which are against it, and clear-cut policies for forest payment and land payment, especially in Arunachal Pradesh, should be there. And as already said, that Tehri, if it was not there, Rishikesh, Haridwar would have washed off. Therefore, I also propose that more storage projects should be built based on technical suitability and requirement of that area, and which should be agreed. Thank you.